Hello, everybody. This is the Hollywood Rabbi with this week's weekly Torah portion wrap up. In this week's Torah portion, after Abraham passes, his son Isaac decides to dig a well to get some water. The well was halted by the neighbors who claimed that the water belonged to them. They didn't want to share it with him. So Isaac, like his father Abraham, decided to move on. He moved to a place he called Rehovot, which means expansion. It's just like his father Abraham, when Abraham moved to a new location, when Isaac moved to a new place, he decided to give thanks to the Almighty and to spread goodness and justice throughout the land. For a long period of time, Rebekah was not able to have a child. But after many years, she gave birth to twins. In vitro, even before these two twins were born, they had a strong sense of sibling rivalry. And as our midrash, our legends teach us, that these two children were so different that they actually battled each other in their mother's womb. It was a force of good and evil. Jacob representing good, and Aesop representing all that is evil. And Jacob was supposed to have come out of the birth canal first, but his brother Aesop was very strong and pulled him by the heel, hence the name Yaakov, which also means heel, Jacob. And he pulled him back, and then he came out first. As Isaac grew older and his vision diminished, he wanted to give his children a blessing before he passed, because he was very old at this particular time. Isaac decided to give his older son Aesop the blessing of wealth. Aesop did a lot of immoral activities, and he was just exhausted. He came home and he said, "Give me some of that red stuff. Give me some of that soup," because Jacob was cooking some lentil soup. And Jacob says, not before we make a deal. So he said, "Would you exchange your birthright for this bowl of lentil soup?" To Aesop, who was into momentary pleasures, he said, "Okay, fine." He was into momentary pleasures. He wasn't into it's a very spiritual thing to have a birthright. And he wasn't thinking about that. So he just said, "Sure, I'll make a deal. I'll change my birthright for this bowl of lentil soup." After they made that deal, Jacob decided to put a lot of animal's fur on his hands and his body, because, Aesop was a very hairy kind of guy. And then he impersonated his brother's gruff voice, and he went in to see his father. And his father couldn't see very well, so he believed that was Aesop and it was really Jacob. And he decided to give Jacob all the blessing of wealth. And this, as you know, infuriated Aesop, and Aesop decided he wanted to kill his brother. It was time to get out of Dodge City. And you're going to see in the coming portions that even though he had a fair sale, he still deceived his father. And we're going to see throughout Jacob's life how that poetic justice worked against him. He deceived his father, and many people were going to deceive him. So join us next week as we continue our story. I want to wish you all many, many blessings of health and happiness and good fortune, and that you always make the right choices. Don't sell yourself short. Make this world, make every day precious, make it meaningful. That way we can use our gifts in order to make the world a better place. Thank you so much for watching. Shabbat Shalom, and have a great weekend. Thank you.